welcome to a much more cheerful episode 3 of Josephine's Reads. Oh my god, sorry, that was really cringy, but welcome. Yeah, I'm still thinking about how to introduce myself, so bear with me. But yeah, today I'll be talking about a series that I've read a very long time ago that's probably still on my old blog that I haven't written in like 5 years. But The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, the series and the movie. So, The Darkest Minds takes place in a society just like ours, in America, and still during this time period, except for the fact that an epidemic spread across the country, leaving half of the children and teenagers dead, and the others feared. So, after the epidemic spread, the survivors weren't the same. They weren't zombies or anything, but instead of being normal, they gained a new skill or like a power or whatever you would call it. So it would be categorized by different colors. So you'd have, like, for example, the greens, who are smart. Like I said, I read the series maybe like 3-4 times, but even now I still remember how enthralled and how hypnotized I was with this series. I remember at that time I was on the bottom bunk. I'm on the top bunk now. I was on the bottom bunk in the middle of the day on a weekend. I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday. It was Saturday. And it was a sunny day, and I had the 2 books below and the first book there, and I was just crying. It was just so good. It was really good. I feel like even now, I could definitely read it. I feel like it's definitely a series for all ages. It broke my heart so many times, but in a way, it keeps you willing to take that risk to break your heart again, despite you knowing the feeling of heartbreak. I don't know if that makes sense. Well, I definitely would have at least rated that book series a 10 if I had a choice. So, why did I take so long to vlog about this? Or to even write it, or no, I wrote about it back then, but why am I deciding today to vlog about this? Why wait 5 years? So, as many of you have probably guessed from the title, last week I went to the movie theaters with a couple of my really amazing friends to go watch it. The first movie, obviously, just in case there was any confusion about that. You know, the movies most of the time are going to be not as great as the books, unfortunately, no matter how great of a director or a filmmaker you are. I feel like I think the only book that made me change my mind about this just a little bit, the only exception was Hunger Games. No, don't fight me. I don't want to fight anyone, but that was just my opinion. But yeah. Don't even get me started on Percy Jackson. That one was awful. They combined all 7 books into 1 book. Like, Cronus wasn't even supposed to show up as Cronus until like the 4th or 5th book. But then he just decides to pop up in the first book, and I'm just, like, don't even get me started. Like, I will fight you. Like, if anyone says the Percy Jackson, no, like, don't. Not only that, but I'm not sure if you guys are following me on Instagram, but I posted on my highlights that I was gonna go watch it, and one of my friends saw, she replied, she discouraged me even more. She warned me further because The Darkest Minds, the movie, actually has an 18% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which, in case you guys didn't know, because I didn't know, I know nothing about movies, is really bad. It's out of 100% as its best, so 18% is not good. So I even debated, like, watching a new movie. I was like, let's watch The Incredibles 2. Oh, okay, good. I always get The Incredibles and The Invincibles mixed up. Like, don't kill me for it. But it just seemed like a really cute movie, and I really wanted to watch it, or just anything other than The Darkest Minds, because for all of those reasons. But my friends really wanted to watch it, and I really love my friends, so I went to watch it despite what I wanted. But yeah, maybe because I had such low expectations. Like, I had rock bottom expectations. Maybe that was why I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I liked the movie. I didn't think it was bad at all. Maybe in the beginning it was like, this happened, that happened, that happened, that happened. It wasn't a cohesive story, and it was kind of slow, but I mean, other than that, it was like, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. Although it had, I haven't read it in ages, I still knew bits and parts, like a lot of stuff actually. I was surprised. I actually knew a lot of what was going to happen, and even if I didn't, that kind of made the movie better in an unpredictable sense, instead of being able to predict it all. And not only that, it was also the part, like, how true to the movie would the director stay? That was also another thing I had. Yeah, the surprises kept shocking me, and the betrayals definitely still felt fresh. Nothing like a little heartbreak at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It felt like a lot like reading the book. I was actually surprised, but a few things were a little different. So, for example, while reading, I felt a lot more for how scared the girl was, because it was told in first person, and she was just so scared as a little girl. The story begins with her at like 6, or no, probably like 9 or 10 years old. And so you imagine this scared little girl. So I felt more from the girl, how scared the girl was, than how scary the doctors and the machines were. Like, I screamed in the movie theater because the doctor was really scary. Like, he was so nice to the little girl, and then she turned out to be an orange, and then he just wanted to kill her, and that just made me really scared. Like, no, I screamed in the theater like 4 or 5 times. Like, I think more, I don't know, I think the fact that this book is in first person is more like you start feeling more for the characters than you do the actual scenario. So I was just really scared throughout the whole movie. Like, my friends were kind of embarrassed to bring me there. But yeah. And I also made weird sounds, and that didn't help. A lot of stares were directed at me. So, yeah. Okay, you would think that crying and making weird noises is already enough to handle, but that wasn't even the worst thing that happened. So, another thing that happened was, okay, well, let me explain. Remember when I said I read the whole series? So, I knew that I love this character. I don't want to spoil who that person is, but I love that person so much. That person was my baby, my child, and I knew that person was going to die. So the whole movie, I was mentally preparing myself for it. I was like, this person's gonna die, this person's gonna die. And at the beginning, there was this scene that was so happy, and they were just having so much fun, and then I just started crying. I was sobbing on the shoulder of my friend, because I was like, oh, he's gonna die. But I eventually prepared myself really well. I was like, I actually don't think I'm gonna cry during this scene. That never happened. So it turns out that person dies later in the series. That's apparently not, you know, the first movie. So, anyways, I was really embarrassed, and I felt really dumb for it, and I don't know. But at least I didn't, you know, I could have broke something, but I didn't. So, I don't know. Oh my gosh, my poor friends, I don't know how they dealt with me. Anywho, another thing I like about how the movie turned out was the characters. They came out really well. Zoo was it was almost scary how close to my imagination she was. Like, she looked exactly how I expected her to look. And it was just strange to see a splitting image inside my head outside of it, if that makes sense. And, oh my god, she was so cute. But Daisy, Liam, and Chubbs were, like, completely different. Daisy looks completely different than what I thought she would look like. Oh, Liam was only a little bit. It was just, like, a little taller or a little shorter and skinnier than I thought he'd be. A lot less buff. And Chubbs is completely different. I imagine Chubbs a little 12-year-old baby, my baby. Oh my god, I love Chubbs so much. Just to see him as a grown teenager with like I don't know, it's just like maybe he could become more than a child to me. Anyway, sorry, my sister's looking at me really weirdly, but he's really cute. And I mean, I don't know, it's different to see him as a 12-year-old boy. I'll take him either way. I don't know, he's my baby. But yeah, like I mentioned before, there were many changes. I feel, even though it's been a while, I remember there being a lot of changes. And I felt like a lot of them were better for the movie, which is good. So, like, the characters, and the dialogue, too. It made it more, like, teen-friendly, I guess. And just, yeah, you might like it, so maybe watch it. Maybe not to theaters, but, like, at home, just in case. Like, I don't want to, don't sue me if it's not that great. Like I said, I don't have that much experience, and I came in with really low expectations. So, yeah, you should too. But, yeah, thank you for listening to me blurb. And, yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed, but by the time I've edited this video and published it, I would have gotten a new video editing app. Yay! So, hopefully it looks better than iMovie. Well, it better be, because, anyways, yeah. If you watched it or have any movie adaptations or just books in general that you'd like to recommend, please let me know in the comments below. I'm always into new books, and I want to know what you guys are into. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I'm excited to find out what I'll be talking about next time. But yeah, see you later for now. Bye.